When Constantinople fell in 1453, it was not just the collapse of an ancient city. It marked the birth of a new world order. At its center stood a 21-year-old ruler who had shocked both East and West. Now known as Mehmed the Conqueror, or Fatih Sultan Mehmed, he had destroyed the Byzantine Empire and was ready to build something greater. But Mehmed was not content with conquest alone. He envisioned an empire of civilizations, one that could inherit the legacy of Rome, Persia, and Islam. Constantinople, renamed Istanbul, would be the capital of that dream. His first task was to rebuild. The siege had damaged much of the city, and its population had plummeted. Mehmed issued proclamations inviting Jews, Greeks, Armenians, Persians, and Arabs to repopulate the city. He promised religious protection and land. He reopened markets, repaired aqueducts, and rebuilt roads. Within years, Istanbul became a bustling multicultural capital again. The Hagia Sophia, once the grand cathedral of Byzantium, had been transformed into a mosque. But Mehmed did more than convert churches. He also built new monuments. The Topkapi Palace, commissioned by Mehmed himself, was not only a residence but a symbol of imperial ideology, where Ottoman law, administration, and culture were centralized. Yet Fatih's ambitions went far beyond the city walls. To the west, he aimed to complete his father's legacy, subduing the Balkans. Between 1454 and 1463, Mehmed launched multiple campaigns into Serbia, Bosnia, Albania, and beyond. Resistance was fierce. In Albania, he faced the legendary guerrilla leader Skanderbeg, who defied Ottoman forces for over a decade. Though never fully conquered, Albania remained a constant reminder of how costly resistance could be. In 1461, Mehmed turned eastward. The Empire of Trebizond, a last vestige of Byzantine nobility, had survived on the Black Sea coast. Mehmed besieged it and forced its surrender. With that, the last surviving Greek empire fell. Mehmed also conquered Wallachia, clashing with the infamous ruler Vlad III Dracula, known in Europe as Vlad the Impaler. The conflict was brutal, with mass executions on both sides. Though Vlad temporarily repelled Ottoman control, Mehmed's dominance in the Danube region was eventually reasserted. To solidify his grip, Mehmed centralized the empire like never before. He restructured the legal code known as the Kanunum, blending Islamic Sharia with state laws to create a consistent, enforceable system. He curtailed the power of rival beys, expanded the Devshirme system to increase janissary ranks, and personally oversaw the appointment of governors. Mehmed was also a patron of knowledge. He gathered scholars, artists, poets, and engineers from across the world. Persian mathematicians, Arab philosophers, Byzantine architects, Italian humanists. He founded schools and libraries and maintained diplomatic missions with Venice, Genoa, and even the Papal States. But Mehmed was no soft ruler. He ruled with a mix of majesty and fear. He executed potential threats without hesitation, including family members, advisors, and rebellious officials. His empire was built on discipline, law, and absolute control. By the end of his reign, the Ottoman Empire had tripled in size. Istanbul had become the greatest city in the Muslim world. The Ottomans were no longer just successors to the Seljuks. They were the heirs of Rome, the masters of two continents, and the rising power of the 15th century. Fatih Sultan Mehmed died in 1481 while preparing for yet another campaign. Its target still debated by historians. Some believe he intended to conquer Italy. Others say Rhodes. His sudden death halted the march, but his legacy was eternal. In the next episode, we explore the challenges of succession and the rise of Bayezid II, who inherited an empire that now spanned from the Danube to the Euphrates and struggled to balance war, religion, and peace.